top 8. We expect to see them here at Autumns, and now they're in the top 8 of things. They're looking to go into winners finals.
Hey, here we go. Already starting off this match here on Small Fortress Alliance. We're right back. Speaking of starting off, oh, wrong combo. This is what I'm talking about, man. They got to get back into the groove of things. They had a two-man combo right there, and then instead, Raydish ends up hitting BalloonBoy and dropping the combo instead of getting like little extra damage he's probably looking for there, and potentially maybe even a stock if they were able to get that combo long enough. But you know, things happen. Sometimes you just misspace your follow-up. They still got a nice little damage lead here at the start of this game, and they might even be able to get a stock pretty quickly.
It's quite interesting. Okay, nice instinct. Okay, they just find the KO out right there. I was going to say, like, you know, they started off slow in the set versus Megdi and Brawlhalla. And I was going to say, I don't know if they can afford to start slow versus a team like Ryze and Soul that have been here and done that and are ready to continuously move forward off of those small leads you give them. Down like there from Soul, getting with punish. The side signature as well. BalloonBoy getting caught in that. That's going to find a KO onto Ryze that time, though. So Raydish jumping around here, landing with that sider, getting another sider there, walking forward with the end, like chase dodge forward, immediately trying to get that damage built up, and a charged up side sig, full distance, full range, the sider as well, the double KO going over to Soul, doing it with the hands, with the gauntlets.
Damn. Ryze now. Oh. I like the pass back right there, but yeah, Raydish not going to be on the point to be able to get that because Ryze being in the situation.
Oh, Raydish flips it, that kill, and then Ryze gets it on Raydish as well. We trade 1 for 1. I think we're happy for the blue team. Yeah,
definitely need to do something with that. I mean, I like the fact from both options. I mean, Raydish definitely saw his chance to go for it. Ryze saw his chance to go for it, keep the game pretty even here. And it is straight up right down the middle. We got a little more damage here on BalloonBoy than Ryze, but we got a little more damage on Soul than Raydish as far as the 1 stock to 2 stock situations developing here. Hold on. Raydish there on the right side.
Yeah.
So, oh, needed that down air. Going to go ahead and miss that too. Good pick up there from Ryze. Yeah.
Intercepting Raydish, who wanted to line up a signature as well off of that. He just throws out the propeller. Another propeller there with the recovery. BalloonBoy trying to go for a haymaker, might have been a misinput in that spot. Sidelight into recovery. We'll find the KO off the top, and Endlight into a side air, and a charge up or a slide charge side stick. It hits his teammate, KOs his teammate, and he's unable to find the KO onto Raydish. That's so bad, and now he's getting edge guarded.
Okay, still managed to make it back. Yeah, Ryze did try to get out there and maybe try to get the save if he needed to, but luckily Sweatbeast came out offline just fast enough for him to go ahead and get that dodge up into the stage. Soul is living on borrowed time.
No way they get it here. Okay, off the sidelight into Nair. I like that extension. BalloonBoy getting the ground pound there, and now the 2v1. They had such a great position, but now Ryze is on his last stock because Soul with the team KO there, and he's looking to find a hit. Raydish playing so elusive. He knows, okay, I'm the one that's going to be the target. I have the most amount of damage, and he's whiff punishing perfectly on the orb right now, landing back down with the side air, the weapon starve as well in case Ryze gets disarmed anytime soon. The red team looking to capitalize and close out this game. They do it there with the Endlight in the side sig.
Quick with it, and again, when the combos are on point, this team looks absolutely insane. But yeah, I mean, Raydish dropped I think quite a few team combos in there. This game could have been done a little faster. However, they didn't drop the game off of it, so everything is okay. We're gonna go right back to Small Fortress Alliance. Here we got Soul, we got Ryze. I'm waiting for Ryze to activate because again, in the last game we saw Ryze Bow was doing you know, just extreme amount of work right there. So we got to see if he's able to get back into that zone. Some will call it the flow state, if you will, but let's see if he can find it.
You ready to see this masterpiece of Brawlhalla? I'm locking into the flow state. We go into this game number 2, the red team with the lead.
Oh. Okay. Trying his best right here. Oh my God, okay. Does get that off the top blast zone. That was smooth. I didn't even expect to see that sig to hit right there, but great awareness from Ryze to know exactly what he needed to do to get that combo to go past the blast zone there. And now we got a nice little lead here developing for the blue team. Raydish, though, has not really taken too much damage here onto his first stock. Neither has Soul, though. So both of them living pretty healthily. Uh-oh.
Ground pound there, Raydish. Holding that center stage, going for a big side stick. That's the first big whiff of the game, but no one's able to punish it. It's quite a fast-moving signature at that. I love that sider. Immediate chase dodge forward and then turn around end sig to catch Soul, trying to go to his teammate's aid there. Nice. Recovery, not enough to KO. BalloonBoy getting the down air as well. That's a big Nair looking to close in on BalloonBoy, but Raydish causing some problems. Soul with a crazy interrupt, getting the ground pound onto Raydish, but not hitting his own teammate. The Endlight sends Ryze off stage. BalloonBoy has so much damage tacked on as well to his second stock. He doesn't want to risk anything, but the side sig goes from downtown. He overshoots it, and he finds it. The recovery as well, and that's going to be BalloonBoy in his last stock, Raydish on his second.
Yeah, he wound that all the way up, though. He was ready to make sure somebody was getting hit with that haymaker for sure, but...
What a weapon toss! He saved his teammate, canceling the knockback. That's crazy. We're keeping him alive.
Dude, this game, I mean, so far, though, the blue team is straight up activated hard body when it comes to how they were playing from that first game to now. Raydish and BalloonBoy down by a stock. Raydish looking quite healthy on his second stock, but it's BalloonBoy that really has to watch out. He's got to play as best as possible, seeing that he's on his last stock. Any team combo could be absolutely fatal for the momentum that him and his teammate need to get back into it. Nice pickup here. Almost got the down air. Going to miss that combo yet again. We've got to get these pickups a little better here from Raydish. I think it's been mostly Raydish has been missing his side of the combo here in comparison to what BalloonBoy has been needing to do. Speaking of, there's a pickup again. Nice. Okay, the little three-piece. Not going to get that off the top just yet. Raydish, I thought he was going to try to pull the trigger on that neutral sig a little earlier, but no, he pulls it a little late and then ends up losing that stock. It is now BalloonBoy who has to live for a little longer while Raydish comes back down to the stage.
Blue team both on their second stock. They have so much real estate to work with. Sidelight into recovery, hitting Raydish. That recovery was a great way to punish. So taking to the skies a little bit too high there. Down signature into the corner, and Ryze holds on to his stock, taking no damage, actually getting 4 hits out in that time as they try to get a 2v1, the red team that is, but Ryze now going for the ground pound immediately. Raydish avoiding that. Soul is just kind of flailing out that axe hitbox. He hasn't hit much, but it's causing so much distress for the red team as you see them moving quite frantically to avoid getting hit by these KO options. That's going to disarm Ryze, but he's still on his second stock.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Chasing Ive.
Going chase.
Oh, he gets it on the exhausted third one. It works that time. Ryze taking it and setting up the 2v1 and getting the double KO. That's a 3 stock from the blue team.
That's a 3 stock, and yeah, as I said, man, when Ryze activates, he activates. 568 damage being done right there. I think he had 5 KOs as well, too, or it might have been 4. But regardless, he did a good amount of work there to make sure that his team was going to get back on top, or at least get back to even footing now. BalloonBoy Raydish going to have to pick it up and have to clean up these combos. I mean, they keep dropping some of the more pivotal things that can get them a good, like, extra 50 damage power, potentially even a stock, but they're just dropping a little earlier, or maybe even hitting each other and messing up the combo there. But we'll see what happens as we get into our third game here. Ryze definitely looked a little activated that time around. Raydish, BalloonBoy gonna have to step back up. Soul playing his role quite well.
This is looking tough. Raydish, 13 damage dealt on the orb, 87 damage dealt on the bow for BalloonBoy. They have basically one combination of weapons that's working. It's gauntlets and it's battle boots.
Which is kind of crazy, too, because I feel like, yeah, I mean, Raydish's orb is very good.
He's the orb player, I think, yeah.
So it was kind of surprising to see him not really get too much done with the orb this time around, but he's got the orb in hand this time around.
BalloonBoy on the bow as well, so they start on their quote-unquote side weapons here as Soul throws his weapon away, wanting to pick up an axe. Ryze has been looking so good on the spear in this set. The Nair comes out again. Raydish getting a sidelight into Nair, into recovery. The other way hits his other teammate. The end light comes out. BalloonBoy with the recovery, and that's a lot of damage getting traded out, but we end up being the red team slightly in a damage lead.
All right. A little down air action right there. Hit on to Raydish. Raydish now getting chased up into the sky. Finally gets himself back down to the ground, but he hasn't really been able to throw out anything. He's just been trying to find his footing. And a good spot to maybe start his offense. Soul finding that Sayer, puts him back off, looks for the big read. And I like the coverage there from Ryze, but ends up missing his neutral sig. That would have been a nice pickup, though.
Love that from BalloonBoy, going for the double GC sidelight because he knows that Raydish is there to recover in case it was a dodge. Through that time, the weapon toss comes in. A double side air off the side air. The layup from Raydish, and Soul can't make it back. Double KO going over to BalloonBoy. Complete 180 from the previous game.
And that's the type of pass I wanted to see, too. You know, he got the perfect pass. I think Ryze just fell into it, but somebody did get passed into that to get hit at the same time. So that is a big pickup there. Speaking of big pickups, we get the stock off of BalloonBoy right as well, too, with the recovery. So now Raydish, only person here still on, almost losing stock to BalloonBoy. Don't want to see that.
D-Light into the side air. We get a D-Light into side air as well. That's going to KO Raydish off the side, and we go over to everyone being on their second stock. BalloonBoy, the only one on the red team that has any damage, goes for the big Nair there, gets the recovery on the ground pound attempt from Ryze. A little too lazy of an option, trying to go for that landing sidelight off of the side air from Soul. Ryze and Soul getting some weird 2-hit combos, but nothing really sticking. D-Light into side air since Raydish, he immediately goes for the high recovery. BalloonBoy swinging with a side stick. They're going for a lot here.
Okay. Gets into the other side, finds himself an end light right here, pushing Soul off of this screen, but Soul's gonna get back pretty freely. Nice little punish right there for the D-Light. And now Raydish, once again, find another side arrow on the big neutral stage. Is going to go ahead and take that stock. Can we get another one? No. Not going to be able to get it off Ryze yet, but Ryze, yeah, just kind of stayed out there a little too long. Raydish, easy pickup with that Sayer. And now they got a good, solid lead, assuming they don't get a hard team combo right here.
Ryze, very fortunate to pick up a spear there, so he's able to put out a disjoint. The side stick swings from center stage, hitting BalloonBoy in the corner. A side stick from Ryze trying to catch Raydish, landing in the corner, but he's so disciplined, landing on the wall that time. Down there, flipping it over to BalloonBoy, who gets a side signature on the Soul. The damage building for the red team here. Sidelight into Nova. recovery. Soul not expecting to hit that, just using that as a movement option that time. Recovery comes in, sending Raydish high. BalloonBoy landing back to center stage. And the red team are holding on to their stocks. Finally, the Cider KOs. Can you find the punish on the motorcycle? Yes, you can. Nair and the weapon tosses. And the blue team need to play this perfectly to take this game.
I really felt like that was the first time I think I saw Raydish actually try to slide out on him real quick. But yeah, he tried to get all the way out of dodge. Unfortunately, they did have the punish ready to go. So he does get down to his last stock. But they do have the damage here to try to end this game as quick as possible. One pass to a teammate doing a sig should be enough for anybody on the screen right now.
Oh, the down of BalloonBoy in a bad spot. Okay, with the sweat BT makes it back. Raydish getting the end light there. It really stops the blue team from getting going. The D light into recovery, not enough to KO, but that Cider will be. And here's the 2v1.
2v1 is definitely going to be delivered. I think this should be an easy 2v1 for them. There's not a lot of damage on to the red team, while there is quite a bit. Yeah, just a quick pickup with the recovery as soon as he pops his head over the edge. Good stuff to the red team to keep it moving here. I was a little afraid for a second with after seeing BalloonBoy get hit with that dare on the left side, but he was able to get back to the stage super quickly and make sure we didn't get into a situation where Raydish maybe had to go out there and try to save him, and then it gets flipped on him. They end up losing the game, all that type of stuff. So BalloonBoy Raydish now 2-1 over Ryze, needing one more game to keep it moving here on this side of the bracket.
Yeah, they want to make it into the winners finals to play the On Fire Experience and Fakey team, but they still have to win this one game to do so. Ryze and So are not going to make it easy. I love how they are waiting. They got 3 stages open. We know where they're going. They're going to Small Fortress of Lions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's like 90% Small Fortress of Lion, 10% Demon. Okay, the 10%.
All right.
We got mixed. There it is, Demon Island.
You got me. I'm wrong. I got it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm happy to be wrong, though, for sure. I'm definitely very, very surprised that we're going to be going over Demon Island. But it makes sense. I think they're trying to mix it up here. It wasn't working out on that really big stage with really long blast zones. So go to a stage with a smaller wall and try to find ways to get KOs a little bit easier, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out.
Swapping over to the Ogrim off of the Rayman. That's a big swap.
Ooh. Okay, Raydish. I am very much liking the way the team is starting to kind of develop here for BalloonBoy and Raydish, but I really wish this team that shows up in the later half would kind of show up at the beginning, because I feel like the first game always feels like they're kind of relearning how to play with each other again, as if they haven't been playing with each other the entire tournament. And so now, we're starting to see a lot more of the combos actually work out, and a lot more of the coverage work out this time around. This is big. He got him. Got the dunk that he wanted off that. Can only get one person, obviously, because that's like a hit grab, but it does work out for Raydish and BalloonBoy to go ahead and get that stock off of Ryze.
Nice downer there, Soul trying to make it work on the rocket lance, but it hasn't found much success. GC downlight into recovery, immediately getting punished as BalloonBoy is looking so good on these gauntlets. Both the blue team members putting on their second stock, the Nair into the Cider, going for the big N-sig off the GC. That time, Raydish forfeits his stock, though. He goes a little bit too ham off stage, and BalloonBoy makes it back, but only after losing his weapon in the process. Happy to get that one sidelight of damage. Any extra credit is good, but right now, Raydish able to pick up a weapon, so it works out because BalloonBoy takes all that aggro.
Oh, okay. Send it a little further down right there. Oh my God, everybody's getting hit right some six. Yeah, just gotta go ahead and do something, make something happen in there, especially with the fact that you are the most hurt person. You don't have to worry about getting hit by Raydish and losing your stock. Doesn't end up losing that stock finally, though. Raydish, good movement to go ahead and get around, allow his teammate to get back onto the screen without getting hit and not getting put into a team combo. And now let's see if they're able to turn this into a stock relatively soon. BalloonBoy, hold on, gotta get back down to the ground.
Cider to the end light, lighting the wrong way. If Raydish was facing away, could have been very scary. BalloonBoy also in a position to follow up off of it. Ryze with the recovery there, hitting his own teammate. I feel like there's been a little bit of anti-synergy in this Ogrim pick. They've played it a lot, but right now it's not looking as polished as you need to be to beat Raydish and BalloonBoy. But I eat my words as we see a slide charge signature, and BalloonBoy immediately flips that edge guard onto Ryze, and now we go to 3 stocks for both teams, BalloonBoy and Soul, the stock tanks of their team.
Bro, he scared Raydish all the way down to the bottom, and he's like, wait, I got to get past him. Nope, gets spiked off of the 45-degree angle, so that down sig ends up being a spike. Oh, tries to fly out and find those the down sig himself. We're not able to do it this time around. Arrows are starting to fly, though, from both sides. Ryze, down light neutral air. Okay.
Getting the juggle started, trying to find the KO onto BalloonBoy, but also wanting to shift their attention to Raydish because BalloonBoy gets sent so far away. Even if it doesn't KO, now they go over to Raydish here. They put him in the corner of the Cider, puts Raydish in a bad spot. It beats out a move, downlight into Cider, sends both of the red team members offstage. BalloonBoy, you can make it back that time, though. Sidelight into the Nair. That's an end light into recovery to find the KO. Raydish has to run away, gets the recovery there on the orb. The Nair into the Nair, into the Nair. The third Nair doesn't miss, but the Cider does connect. The Raydish recovery gets him back to the stage.
It definitely looks like Soul is definitely trying to line up like a good ground pound here. Not able to get this time around. Oh, wait. All right, this could be a problem. The blue team is definitely controlling the stage right now a lot. I mean, Raydish has been in the skies. He is jumping for dear life, just trying to find another way to kind of get his footing back on ground and actually do something with it. But so far, he's been in the corner so often. Oh, That's going to be Ryze.
Oh, what a save from BalloonBoy. He saves his teammate with the Cider, sending him into the stage. And with that, Raydish picks up an orb, gets a Cider, immediately pays dividends. The side stick gets dodged by Ryze. The reaction time coming into effect. Once again, the Cider sends away. Soul getting put in bad spot. Big side stick. The weapon toss, but the double KO, it doesn't matter. BalloonBoy with a clutch recovery as the weapon toss interrupts, but they both get sent upwards. And with that, BalloonBoy closes that out in winners fight to go to winners finals.
I got to see that last stock for sure, bro. Yeah, BalloonBoy definitely called that out quite well. The weapon toss was good to try to get the save, but then boom, he just kind of jumps right in the middle of it. Good recovery, hitbox, gets the double KO. What a stylish way to end that last game. Taking this 3-1